All right, so get this. We're diving deep today into online betting
Online getting.
in South Sudan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you heard that right. South Sudan.
Sounds a little unexpected, right?
It does a bit, right? But stick with us because it's really fascinating.
Yeah.
And to help us navigate all this, we've got some awesome research
Oh, great.
from betplace.uas.
Okay.
They're like this amazing website that's dedicated to comparing all these different betting sites all over the globe.
Okay.
So they're going to be super helpful for this deep dive.
Yeah, BetPlace is a great resource, especially for, like you said, unexpected places.
Yeah,
Like South Sudan.
exactly. And one of the first things that really surprised me
Yeah.
when I started looking at all this was that both online and offline betting are totally legal.
Yeah. It's not something you typically think of, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, South Sudan.
Yeah, but it is. And it's completely legal.
It's a great example of how global online betting has become.
Yeah, for sure. So does that mean anyone can just kind of set up shop there and start taking bets?
Well, not exactly. The government there is actually cracking down on any unlicensed operators.
Oh, okay.
So that's where a site like betplace.us becomes super valuable because they only list betting sites that are fully licensed.
Oh, okay. So you know it's legit.
Exactly. You know, you're playing by the rules and on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, so it's like they've vetted everything for you.
Exactly, like a seal of approval.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So they go beyond just listing licensed sites, though, right?
They do. They have this really interesting scoring system that they use called the BBAI, which stands for the BetPlace Betting Assessment Index.
Catchy.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but what it does is it analyzes all sorts of factors like user reviews, security measures, payout speeds, all the things that can be kind of hard to dig up on your own.
Right. Yeah, that would take forever.
Exactly. So the BBAI kind of does the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, so essentially it gives you like a quick snapshot of whether a site is trustworthy or not.
You got it. It cuts through all the marketing hype and gives you a clear picture of what to expect.
I like it. So a high BBAI score.
That means a site's got consistently good user feedback, really strong security protocols, and a proven track record of paying out winnings fairly and quickly.
Perfect. That's exactly what you want.
Exactly.
Especially if you're new to this whole world.
For sure. It's like having a friend who's been around the block a few times.
Right.
And can point you in the right direction.
Exactly. Okay, so according to betplace.us, who are like the top dogs in the South Sudan betting scene.
Okay, so the top three, according to their rankings, are Melbet, 1xBet, and Bet365.
All right, those are some big names.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's the deal with Melbet?
Well, they boast a massive user base, over 400,000 strong, which is pretty impressive.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Definitely says something about their popularity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about 1xBet? What makes them stand out?
Well, they launched back in 2012, and they've been steadily gaining ground ever since.
Okay.
They're known for having a really wide range of betting options.
Okay.
So they cater to a pretty diverse audience.
Makes sense. And Bet365.
Ah, yes, the veteran of the group.
Right. They've been around forever.
Since 2007. So yeah, they've pretty much seen it all.
They've seen it all. But here's where things get really interesting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about South Sudan.
Uh-huh.
What are people actually betting on there?
You might think it's all about traditional sports.
Right.
But there's a whole world of betting options beyond that.
Okay, like what?
Well, for example, we're seeing a huge surge in esports betting.
Esports betting.
Okay,
So games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, they're drawing massive crowds, both in terms of players and people who like to bet on the action.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It makes sense, though, right?
Yeah.
South Sudan has a really young, digitally connected population.
And esports are exploding in popularity worldwide.
Absolutely. It's like the perfect storm.
Yeah. Okay, so esports are huge. What else is catching people's attention over there?
Believe it or not, virtual sports are becoming a really big deal.
Virtual sports.
Yeah, so this is where you can bet on simulated events like virtual horse racing, virtual tennis, even virtual football matches.
So you're telling me people are betting on computer-generated games?
It sounds crazy, right?
It does a little bit. Why would someone choose that over like a real sporting event?
It's a great question, and one we'll definitely dive into a bit deeper later on.
Okay.
But just think about it for a second. Virtual sports offer nonstop action.
Okay.
You don't have to wait for a specific game or race to happen. You can bet anytime, anywhere, and there's always something going on.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about the classics, right?
Of course not.
What about good old-fashioned casino games?
Oh, those are thriving in South Sudan as well. Yeah, online casinos, you got slots, blackjack, roulette, all the favorites are there.
So all the usual suspects.
All the usual suspects. And for people who want even more of an immersive experience, they even have live dealer versions of a lot of games.
Oh, wow.
Where you can interact with a real dealer via video stream.
That's pretty cool.
It's like bringing the casino right to your living room.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we've got esports, virtual sports, online casinos.
Yeah.
It's like a buffet of betting possibilities over there.
It really is.
But before we get too carried away, we need to talk about something you mentioned earlier, which is the importance of betting responsibly.
Absolutely. That's a crucial part of this whole conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's one of the things we really appreciate about betplace.us is their commitment to promoting responsible betting. It's not just about having fun and maybe winning some money.
Right.
It's about understanding the risks, setting limits, and knowing when to step back.
So betplace.us isn't just a guide to this world.
Right.
They're also like a voice of reason.
Exactly.
Reminding people to be smart about their choices.
Absolutely. And that's especially important in a place like South Sudan, where online betting is still relatively new.
Right.
You know, people might be more likely to make impulsive decisions.
Yeah, for sure. So it's great that they're taking that approach.
Yeah.
It shows that they actually care about creating a safe and responsible environment for their users.
It's all about integrity.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with something as potentially addictive as gambling.
Right. And they actually have a whole section on their website.
They do?
Dedicated to responsible gambling resources.
Yeah, they're really committed to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get back to exploring this fascinating world of online betting in South Sudan.
Let's do it. There's still so much to unpack.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
Barely.
And I, for one, am dying to know more about this whole virtual sports thing.
Yeah.
It's like a whole other dimension of betting.
I know, it's pretty wide.
I never even knew existed.
Let's dive into that next.
Okay.
We'll explore the technology behind it, the psychology of why people are drawn to it, and what it might say about the future of betting as a whole.
I'm in.
All right, let's go. Okay, so let's unpack this whole virtual sports thing.
Yeah.
Because I have to admit, I was a little skeptical at first.
Yeah.
I mean, can betting on a computer simulation really compare to, like, the thrill of a real game?
I hear you. I had the same thought initially.
Yeah.
But the more I learned about it, the more I started to see why virtual sports are gaining traction.
Okay.
It's not about replacing real sports.
Right.
It's about offering a different kind of betting experience.
So it's not about watching your favorite team win or lose. It's about something else.
Exactly. It's more about the immediacy, the constant action.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a specific match to start or for your favorite team to play.
Right.
Virtual sports events run 24/7.
Wow.
So there's always something happening.
Okay.
And let's not forget the variety.
Yeah. You mentioned virtual horse racing and tennis.
Yeah.
What other options are out there?
Oh, you name it. They've probably got a virtual version of it.
Really?
Virtual football, basketball, greyhound racing.
Wow.
Even virtual cycling and motorsports.
That's crazy.
It's like they took the entire world of sports and digitized it.
And the technology behind it must be pretty sophisticated.
Oh, it definitely has come a long way.
Yeah.
The graphics are incredibly lifelike these days.
Wow.
And the simulations are powered by these complex algorithms that ensure fairness and randomness.
Yeah, it's not just...
They've really thought of everything.
A bunch of pixels bouncing around on a screen.
No, at all.
There's actual depth and strategy involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can analyze the virtual athletes, study their stats.
Wow.
And make predictions based on their past performance, just like you would with real players.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So it sounds like virtual sports betting could appeal to both hardcore sports fans and those who are more interested in the strategic aspects of betting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, who's actually driving this trend?
Yeah.
Is it like a specific demographic? Well, naturally, it's attracting a lot of younger bettors.
Okay.
Who are already immersed in the digital world.
Right.
And comfortable with online gaming.
Yeah.
For them, virtual sports are just a natural extension of their entertainment habits.
Right. Makes sense.
But I'm guessing it's not just limited to younger folks.
Yeah, you're right.
We're also seeing a growing number of traditional sports bettors.
Okay.
trying out virtual sports.
Interesting.
I think it's partly driven by convenience.
Okay.
The fact that you can bet anytime, anywhere.
Right.
But it's also about the novelty.
Yeah.
The sheer entertainment value.
So it's like a whole new way to experience the thrill of betting.
Exactly.
Without the constraints of the real world.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, virtual sports offer something that real sports can't.
Oh, what's that?
Complete control over the environment.
Oh, okay.
There are no unexpected injuries.
Right.
No weather delays.
Right.
No controversial referee calls to throw things off.
So in a way, it's like a pure form of betting.
Yeah.
It's all about the odds, the strategies, the pure mechanics of the game.
I think that's a big part of the appeal for some people.
Yeah.
They enjoy the challenge of outsmarting the algorithms.
Okay.
Of finding an edge.
Right.
In a completely digital environment.
It's like cracking a code.
Yeah.
And speaking of codes, let's loop back to betplace.us for a second.
Okay.
They seem to be playing a pretty significant role in this whole virtual sports scene too, right?
Absolutely. They've been on top of this trend from the beginning.
Okay.
They provide detailed reviews and rankings of the best platforms for virtual sports betting.
Awesome.
So users can make informed choices.
And I'm guessing they're also highlighting the importance of responsible betting in this context as well.
They're very consistent in their message.
Good.
Enjoy the excitement, but do it responsibly.
Right.
They even have a dedicated section on their website with tips specifically for virtual sports betting.
That's great to hear. It's good to know that there's a resource out there that's providing guidance and promoting responsible practices in this rapidly evolving world of online betting.
It's crucial, especially with something as potentially addictive as gambling.
For sure. But before we go too deep into the responsible betting conversation, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what this whole virtual sports trend means for the future of betting.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you see this going?
It's a great question, and one that sparked a lot of debate.
Yeah.
Some people think virtual sports are just a fad.
Okay.
Something that will eventually fade away as the novelty wears off.
Right. But you don't seem to agree with that assessment.
I think it's much bigger than that.
Okay.
To me, virtual sports represent a fundamental shift in the way we think about betting and entertainment.
Interesting.
It's convergence of technology, gaming, and the age-old desire to test our luck and prediction skills.
It's like a glimpse into the future of betting.
Exactly.
Where the lines between real and virtual are becoming increasingly blurred.
Exactly. And as technology continues to evolve, I think we'll see even more immersive and sophisticated virtual sports experiences.
So we might even reach a point where it becomes difficult to distinguish between a real sporting event and a virtual one.
That's a fascinating and perhaps slightly unsettling thought.
It is.
But let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
For now, let's focus on what we know.
Okay.
Virtual sports are here to stay.
Yeah.
And they're changing the game in ways we're only just beginning to understand.
Well said. And for those who are curious to explore this brave new world of betting, betplace.us is a great place to start.
Absolutely.
They can guide you through the options. Help you choose a reputable platform.
Right.
And of course, remind you to bet responsibly.
Always sound advice.
Always.
But hey, before we wrap up this virtual sports deep dive, there's another fascinating aspect of online betting in South Sudan that we need to explore.
And what would that be?
The mobile revolution.
Yes.
I mean, everyone's glued to their phones these days, right?
What?
So it's no surprise that mobile betting apps are taking center stage.
We're absolutely right. That's a whole other layer to this story.
And it's one we'll dive into next.
Okay.
We'll look at the features, user experience, and, of course, the security aspects of some of the top betting apps in South Sudan.
Awesome.
So stay tuned because things are about to get even more interesting. All right, so we're back, and we're talking about the mobile betting scene.
Yeah, mobile betting apps.
Taking over in South Sudan.
Taking over everywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, seriously. It's like the whole betting world just squeezed itself right into everyone's pocket.
Right into your pocket.
It's amazing. Talk about convenience.
Yeah.
You could place a bet while you're doing just about anything.
I know.
Waiting in line for coffee.
Seriously.
Riding the bus.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But with so many apps out there, how do you even know where to start?
That's a good question.
That's where betplace.us comes in again, right?
Exactly. They've got all the insights into the best apps, specifically for the South Sudan market.
So they've done all the hard work for us.
They've done the legwork.
Testing and reviewing tons of apps.
Yeah, tons of them.
That's great. And they focus on the stuff that actually matters to users.
Right, the important stuff.
So what are some of the key things they look for?
Okay, so first and foremost is user experience.
Yeah.
The app has to be intuitive,
right,
easy to navigate,
makes sense,
visually appealing.
Yeah, nobody wants to be like squinting at their phone trying to figure out.
I know. How to place a bet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speed is crucial, too.
Oh, yeah, especially for live betting.
Yeah, where every second counts.
You don't want the app freezing on you.
Oh, no.
Right when you're about to make that winning bet?
Right at the crucial moment.
Okay, so user-friendliness.
Yes.
Speed. Got it. What else is important?
Features, for sure.
Okay, what kind of features?
So some apps offer live streaming of events.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing.
That's cool.
You can watch the game unfold right there on your phone.
While you're betting.
While you're betting.
Yeah.
Talk about immersive.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
It's pretty cool.
What other kind of features are we talking about?
Some apps have bet builders.
Okay.
Which let you create your own customized bets.
Oh, wow.
Which is great for people.
So you can get really strategic.
You can get really strategic.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not just limited to the standard betting options.
Cool. So you can really get creative.
You can get creative. But, of course, all these bells and whistles
don't mean much if the app isn't secure.
You're telling me security is paramount when you're dealing with
absolutely.
your personal and financial information?
Absolutely. And betplace.us gets that.
Okay, good.
They only recommend apps
from
licensed operators with top-notch security protocols.
Awesome. So they're like the security guards of the mobile betting world.
That's a good way to put it.
Making sure you're not walking into some digital den of thieves.
All right, keeping you safe.
That's great. They're all about creating a safe and transparent environment for bettors.
Exactly.
Which is so crucial in a market like South Sudan, where online betting is still relatively new.
It's so important for people to feel confident.
Right.
And to trust the platforms they're using.
Yeah, people need that reassurance.
Yeah, for sure. And that brings us back to the bigger picture.
Okay.
What does all this tell us about the future of betting in South Sudan?
Well, I think it's pretty clear that the landscape is changing rapidly.
Oh, yeah.
We've gone from traditional sports betting to a world of esports, virtual sports, online casinos.
Right.
And now mobile apps are dominating the scene.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it.
It's a lot. It's a whirlwind of innovation.
It's a whirlwind.
It's exciting, but it can also be overwhelming, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who's just starting out.
Exactly. That's why resources like betplace.us are so valuable.
They're invaluable.
They provide a roadmap, a way to navigate this complex and ever-evolving world.
Absolutely. They're like your guide through the jungle, helping you avoid the pitfalls and discover the hidden gems.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of online betting in South Sudan, I think the key takeaway is this.
All right, I'm listening.
The future of betting is mobile. It's digital, and it's full of possibilities.
So many possibilities.
But remember,
it's
crucial to bet responsibly.
Absolutely.
To know your limits and to seek help if you need it.
Couldn't agree more.
And to lean on trusted resources like betplace.us to guide you along the way.
They're a great resource.
So whether you're a seasoned bettor or a curious newcomer, remember this. The world of online betting is vast and exciting.
It is.
But it's important to explore it wisely.
Explore it wisely. Good advice.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today.
All right.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
Until next time, happy betting, everyone.
Happy betting.